Good morning, everyone. Glenn with Breakdown Your here. And today we're going to talk about pushing aside your doubt and fears. And this sounds a lot easier than it actually is. And I can relate to this in a lot of ways, and I'm sure everyone can. You know, a lot of times we don't pursue our dreams, pursue our goals, or even push ourselves because we doubt our abilities, we're afraid of rejection, and we fear the unknown. You know, starting this whole process of becoming a motivational speaker and a life coach was terrifying to me. You know, I've always lived my life based on, okay, I've got to have a standard job, I've got to have a regular paycheck, work for an organization. And it wasn't until I started realizing that I wasn't happy with that I began to change my mindset. There were times in my life as a young man where I couldn't even order my food from like a Taco Bell. I could not go up to the counter and do so. I was terrified. I was afraid of everything. And even when I was going to college, I pursued a safe degree. I've always tried to play it safe as far as what I want in life, where I'm going in life. And I realized that I'm selling myself short. I realized that I wasn't tapping into my potential. I wasn't, living up to what I wanted to do with my life. And the other thing that I realized is that life is short. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not even guaranteed a full day. And when I asked myself and I looked in the mirror and was like, hey, what do you want in life? What's the legacy you want to leave behind? Do you want to stay miserable? Do you want to stay unhappy? And when I really started digging into those questions, I was like, well, no, I want to be happy. I want to live my life. I want to do, right by my wife, by my children, and everything else. And then I started having to identify what those roadblocks were. And all the roadblocks were myself. My doubts, my fears. It's scary to go out on your own. And it's scary sometimes to pursue dreams because you don't know what the future holds. You don't know, if you're going to be successful, if you're going to be able to make ends meet or whatever. But there are ways to go ahead and pursue your goals and your dreams and push aside your fears and your doubts, but do it in a manner that's smart. For instance, starting this new venture, I still work a full-time job right now. I still have bills, I still have a family, I still have to provide. But that's just a means to take care of the necessary responsibilities that I have at the moment. But I've decided for myself that, what? If I want to do motivational speaking, become a life coach, write a book or whatever it is, that I can't just sit idle and go, oh, I wish I could do that. I really wish I could. Because I can. And so can you. Everybody has gifts. Everybody has talents. It's, do we choose to use those gifts and talents? Are we willing to break down our own barriers in our life, our fears and our doubts, and start seeking and striving to accomplish those goals and our dreams? And not everyone's dream has to be the same. It doesn't have to always be an entrepreneurial dream. It doesn't have to be being a CEO. But the point is you have to do what you feel in your heart you're called to do. Otherwise, you're selling yourself short. That could look like, hey, I want to be a good leader. Great, awesome, pursue it. What's stopping you? Oh, it's my work, or oh, I don't have enough leadership training, or oh, I don't have a degree. All of these things are just doubts and fears that we build up in our mind. If you have a passion for something, if you have a desire for something, you can accomplish it, but you have to push aside those fears and doubts. Life is too short to live like that. I know, I've done it. I've watched so many people I love pass away at an early age. Last year, my sister-in-law died at 31. Out of nowhere. And that was one critical thing that made me start thinking to myself, like, heck, man, I'm not 31 anymore. I'm older than that. And I keep repeating the cycle. Yeah, I get these jobs and I make good money, but I'm not happy. And living a life where you're not happy, man, just sucks. I'm grateful. I am thankful that I am able to provide for my family. I am thankful that I am able to take care of my bills and be a responsible adult. But I had to ask myself, is there a way to do that and be happy? And there is. And part of that's taking risks, stepping out of my comfort zone, breaking down this mentality that, oh, the only way I'm going to be happy is if I have a secure job making X amount of dollars a year and, this, that, or the other. When in reality, what makes me happy is talking to you guys. What makes me happy is being able to know that I touched someone's life and gave them a roadmap or inspired them to go and do something and better themselves. That's the whole reason I got into leadership. I was tired of seeing all these people, including myself, getting passed by because you don't have a degree. I don't like you, or whatever. All this bias, all this negativity. And I was just like, man, I don't want to be that leader. I tell my team every day that, I don't care what it is they want to accomplish. If I can open the door for them, I will. If I don't have the answer or don't have the power to help them get to where they want to go, I'll do some research and I'll help them. But you can ask people to help you, but you actually have to take those steps forward. Talk is cheap. Dreams are great, but without any action, that's all they're ever going to be is dreams. Living in fear and doubting yourself and doubting your capabilities, that's a crappy way to live, man. I know. I did it. So, if you really want to be happy in this life, if you want to experience it to its fullest, you have to break down the barriers that you've built up in your life. You have to tear down those fears and push aside those doubts and go, you know what? I'm going to strive for this. And it's not going to happen overnight. And if it does, awesome. Kudos to you. But you have to approach it from a realistic standpoint and a standpoint where, okay, it's going to take some time, but I'm still going to go for it. I'm still going to strive for it. I'm still going to push myself for it. And as you begin that journey, you start feeling like, hey, I'm being true to who I am. I'm being true to myself. I'm doing something. I'm doing things. I never thought in a million years that this would be something that I wanted to do. And now here I am, making videos every day. And I'm not saying I'm the best speaker, and I'm still learning how to finesse, still trying to figure out how to work my equipment. But I'm out there, and I'm trying, and I'm pushing myself. I'm stepped out of my comfort zone. I'm putting aside my doubt and my fear. And I'm going, you know what? I'm going to try. And I'm going to keep pushing myself. And I'm going to keep working on it. And I'm going to keep striving for this goal. Because I want happiness. And happiness isn't working in an office, dealing with a bunch of people and making someone else rich. Happiness to me is inspiring people to be better, to be the best versions of themselves, and helping them overcome their doubts, their fears, and their insecurities. So I challenge you today to take a step back and look at what is it that you want? What is it going to take to get you there? And are you willing to put aside your doubt and your fears and start pursuing it. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk at you later.